be in the video. You realize that if you stand here, you're going to be in the video.
Right. Alright, so this is Chad Harris with thegardengates.com, and today we are using some Saturn Peaches. Saturn Peaches, God knows what the hell they are, but I'm going to use them. They're short, they're squatty, and we're making peach pie. Alright, so it's kind of cool. This is Chad Harris with thegardengates.com, and we are going to make some cap pies today. Cap pies. What is a cap pie? Well, we're gonna make a cherry pie, we're gonna make a apple pie, we're gonna make a peach pie, and we're gonna be using some Saturn Peaches, these little cute little guys here. It's kind of crazy because I'm filming up here and I'm filming over there, and I'm watching my screen over here on my other side, and it's kind of interesting to do. So, little Saturn Peaches, little squatty little guys. We're gonna use, and I can't even read what this says, but I'm pretty confident this is the little Fuji apples. We got some cherries, and I think we'll even go here in the refrigerator and we will bust out some blueberries because my wife likes blueberries. And yesterday I made some little peach pies for her, and so we're going to do some blueberries as well. So we use a small baking tin. Listen to me, I'm talking about small baking tins. That's just kind of nonsense. So we're going to use some small baking tin here, and I'm going to use my good old Baker's Joy for my, instead of like a oil. I'm actually going to be cooking these on a grill today, so I'm going to be cooking them on a Primo grill, the extra large Primo grill. I have both heat deflectors in, and I will be having that grill set on about 350 degrees. I have the coals only on one side. I've already set it up, so we're not going to go out and video that. I have the coals only set up on one side. I'm going to cook on the non-coal side, even though I have both heat deflectors in place, because it tends to allow the little pie shells that we're going to make here in a minute not burn so much. So then I'm going to be using my trusty little tin here. We'll get to that in a minute. And then cut these up, and see, look there. There's my little overhead is above right there. My little GoPro's up top. Ooh, that's kind of freaky looking at it like that. So we're gonna go ahead and use this Pillsbury Baker's pie crust pre-made. Makes it a little bit easier for us. I don't have a whole lot of room here at the store. You can see this is my entire cooking space. And so we'll set those off to the side. And we're going to start with cutting up our apple, and we'll do our peaches, and then we'll go from there. So let's take a look here. I'll cut these up. I know I left the damn sticker on one of these. Yes. I can't get the sticker off because I don't have any fingernails, so I'm just going to cut the sucker off before I cut my fingers off. And then we're going to cut these up into smaller pieces here. Simple, you know, I don't really need to show you how to cut these little guys up. Most people can figure that out for themselves, hopefully. So I'll cut our little peaches. I don't know much about these Saturn Peaches, but I only purchased them because I thought they were cute. And I thought the girls in the office would like the way they looked. They're short and squatty. They turned out to make great little peach pies. They're not completely ripe, which I think helps in this little process. So I'm not going to add a whole lot of, I'm not going to add much more to these than a little bit of sugar and some honey. I won't be using any cornstarch. These things are so teeny that I don't need a whole lot. So I'm going to make them all separate. And my cutting skills here aren't the greatest, but then again, I'm not really a chef. I'm just a guy that likes to cook stuff. Alright. So I've never made a cherry pie before. So I've never made a peach pie until yesterday. So I figure if I can make a peach pie, I can make a cherry pie. But I have a feeling those little suckers have seeds in them. So I'm gonna have to do something about that. Blueberry pies are pretty simple. Even like a 4-year-old can do it. I usually have to ask Elise, that works here in the office that does all the marketing. I ask her, I'm like, hey Betty Crocker, tell me how to do this. She usually gives me some insight before I start whacking away at this. But I really don't like to follow recipes. I like somebody to tell me about it, and then I just like to decide what I'm going to put in it. Alright, so I got my apples done, I got my peaches done, I'm going to rinse off my blueberries. And then, let's look at these little suckers. Oh yeah, you can feel them in there. Yeah, that's going to be a little more tedious task. I must love these people, because this is a pain. I can already tell you. Switching knives, I'm going to cut my fingers off with these. My fingers are going to be stained for a week. A week of Sundays, that is. I'm sure somebody out there has a better way to... Hey Elise,
yeah.
How the hell do you get the seeds out of the cherries easy? Other than just pick them out with your fingers.
They make a fancy tool for that.
They have a fancy tool?
Yeah.
Well, I should have known about the fancy tool before I started this. My fancy tool is my thumb. See? Of course she knows. She knows how to get that out. When I told her I was making it, she got all excited, but she didn't tell me I need a fancy little tool. So actually this is working out pretty easy. I think I'll only make a few of these. And somebody can eat these things, because I have a feeling it's going to be all over me. I have to make sure not to touch any of my clothes, because I think I've just stained my fingers permanently for life. Elise, how do you get the cherry stains off your hands?
Wear gloves.
Oh, there you go. That's again. Now you tell me. It's like I got the peanut gallery back there giving me the advice after I already do it. I don't like that little piece. All right. So now that I've done this fancy little feet here, I'm not doing any more. So I'm just gonna do a couple. Sorry if I'm mumbling. I talk to myself. I'm doing things, so let me see if I can. Oh yeah, I've made a mess. It's not even pretty at this point. So. Oh yeah, I got purple fingers. It's like the purple people eaters. I have purple fingers today. Alright, so we have to put this somewhere. Yeah, we have to put this somewhere. And that somewhere is going to be out here. Don't you steal my stuff. Don't you knock it over. Alright, so a little quick change. And we're moving on. And let's get a little pan out. So one of the things that I find that cooking on a grill is pretty tough when you're baking. I do tend to put a little bit more of this in the bottom. I'm going to get a little paper towel, rub it around. I try to keep it off of the top, like these little splatters. I'll wipe all that off. I'm sure you do the same thing. When you're baking at home, I don't really bake at home. I only started baking here at work because I got bored with doing barbecue. Barbecue on a grill is great, but learning how to do some other stuff makes it a little more fun. Makes it a little more versatile, where you can use the grills. Let's say if you're gonna cook like a longer item, like if you're gonna do like a pulled pork of some kind, that you can take and if you use like a container to cook the pork in rather than setting it on the grill itself, so you don't have a bunch of waste on the grill and a bunch of smoke. You can, as you warm the grill up, you can cook something else in the process. All right, so now that we have that set up, and I have that set up. I'm gonna bust out my little pies here, and they're kind of my pie shell. I'm gonna laugh at me because I have no great skill in getting the pie crust into these little tins, and I'm sure there's some fancy trick that you can use. So I gotta move this for a second. I need a little more room. Alright. So I'm just gonna I have round little suckers to put these things in. So to the side. I'm just running out of space. Alright. Oh, I got a bunch of these too. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and tuck that in. Take my little knife and I'm gonna cut the waste off because I'm gonna reuse all this. These won't be pretty. I promise you that. There won't be anything pretty about these when I'm done. But I don't think we're having a beauty contest here today. I think we're having a pie eating contest. So we're gonna use some coconut ice cream. Because yesterday I didn't use coconut ice cream and one of the girls was like, oh, this sure would be good if we had coconut ice cream. So that's their way of telling me I need to have coconut ice cream. So I decided to make a little video out of it. So we're a real place, as you can hear. The phone is actually ringing in the background. And that's usually customers, local customers calling, and online customers calling, checking on orders, placing orders, and kind of seeing what we're up to. And we sell a bunch of different products online. Beth and I are just starting a podcast, so that'll be available on iTunes soon. And we're going to talk about me baking. Now we're going to talk about finding the perfect things for your home. We're big believers in finding things that you can use forever, saving your money and buying the right thing. So sometimes, while it's painful to wait and you might want to buy something and have it right away, it's not always the best solution. So you can see I'm just working these little suckers in here. Anybody can do this. If I can do this, anybody can do this. So you guys out there that say you can't cook, I promise you, you can cook. You ladies out there that say, my mom never taught me, alright, so now that I have dropped those in there, actually I have too many in there, there's too many in here, don't make it too difficult, make these little itty bitty. I need some more blueberries, not enough blueberries in this one. Ooh, it's about to be a peach. Couple more blueberries over here. Alright. So I'm just going to put a little bit of our local honey on top. Should be great. So now that we've done that, I'm just going to hand off really quick. Now we're going to add the top. My damn hands are wet. So, get our honey out of the way, and let's start coming up with little tops for these. That one will have a solid top. This one's going to kind of have a solid top. This one will kind of have a solid top. Let's just start covering up with our waste. More waste. Like I said, these tops aren't going to be pretty. But they're going to get the job done. I promise. I think they're kind of when they're all a little different. This one here, this one over here. Use all of my scraps, make them kind of cool looking. Let's see. I just need some more dough. How can I make this work? Little scraps here. Don't want to have to get more out, but it looks like I might have to. Make cool little pies when they're not all perfect, in my opinion. Give them a little bit of breathing room, let them kind of percolate. Drop a little bit of let's see how we can do this. Just need a little bit more over here. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to get some more out. I get crazy downstairs. So now I can go back and I can fix these because now I have to get more pie dough out. Or actually what I might do is just make some more in another tray. It'll be super cute when they're all kind of crazy looking. Alright, so I'm just finishing these up. There are people walking up the stairs that usually come walking up making all kinds of noise. All kinds of noise, like, ah! So, I had to jump out there and put the police mode on lockdown. Alright, so now we just need a little bit of butter melted. Let's see, this is, I think this is probably got some sea salt and olive oil in it. We just need a little bit, and it'll be the wrapper all the way up to the chat here. We're going to use this fancy little microwave here because that's what we got to do. Start cleaning up my little mess. Take a little swig of my Red Bull. Perfect. So I'm not going to brush it on. What I'm going to try to do is drip it on the sides. I find that when I cook on the grill, if I brush it on the top, it's harder for me to get it to brown because I don't have a whole lot of control over the heat like you would in a regular oven. I put it on the side so I can get it out easier. Alright. right. Yikes. So I guess I'm probably the closest thing to a non-chef. And so I think a great way to look at what I do is to look at the tools that I don't have and see how I improvise with the tools that I use. I should have some like wicked awesome, you know, $500,000 kitchen, but you know what? Like a 2x4 holding up some plywood, I can do the same thing. I guess this is a better return on my investment because everybody seems to like the food the same. Don't you try to sneak peek and see what I'm doing in here behind me. I hear you. I hear you sneaking up in here. I'm trying to get my Red Bull. Right now I'm running low. All right. So now we move to the grill. And I'm not gonna video that process because now I gotta move all this stuff with me. So we're at 300 degrees on our Primo XL here. Let's take a look. We've been cooking for about 12 and a half minutes now. Let's take a little sneak peek. See if we come along with some nice. In a few more minutes, they should be browned up. We've made these perfect little pies, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the Luna and Larry's Coconut Bliss Non-Dairy Ice Cream. You can see my hand's going to go right over the top there because it's perfect. And we're going to drop this in place. We're going to set it right down on top of there, and somebody is going to have a second helping, and I'm sure that is going to be, probably everyone. So let me just keep adding a little bit more. You can hear we have some people downstairs chitter-chatting. We're gonna have to punish them when we're done. And we are going to dress this one up just a smidgen. You can see Ashley's trying to jump in there and move my stuff. We're gonna put some, just to make it look cute. Yeah, making it look cute. That was a little bit of honey. And then we're gonna finish it off with just a dash of cinnamon. So you too can make something wonderful like this at home. You can see I did it, and I'm just a guy, so you definitely can do it. And I cook this on a grill outdoors, and yes, when I do that, it makes everything shake, so we determined what that is. And Mr. Harris, there you go. Whoop away. Thanks again, this is Chad Harris with thegardengates.com, bringing you another exciting episode of fun cooking on the Primo grill. Yeah, that was a little too much. You know I'm videoing this right now, right? Yeah, you see the screens running, right? Right. I won't use any of it. I swear, just like the guy. Right. All right, so at least you got to try it. Somebody's got to try it. Nobody's seen it on camera. Ooh. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Carb free. Yeah, you can try it. Perfect. Pretty good, huh?
Very good.
Yeah, I don't think you're giving that.